You don't ever have to buy meat in Australia.
No.
Do you ever buy meat?
If we're eating chicken, yeah, that's about it. But
just to mix it up.
Yeah, the fridge is full. I fill all my friends' fridges, my family's fridges.
Speaking of chicken, what's that mountain lion taste like?
Fucking delicious.
That's what I keep hearing.
Like. Yeah.
I keep hearing it's delicious.
Yeah.
And people get angry. It's so strange to me how angry people get if you kill a mountain lion.
Yeah.
Because I think they think that if you kill it, it's different than killing a deer or something that's a normal thing to eat.
Yeah.
Even more than a bear.
Yeah,
I think they get more angry.
It's a kitty cat.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that motherfucker will kill you.
Yeah. I had a bunch of people saying, you shouldn't have killed it. I don't see mountain lions like I see deer. Fucking no shit. Because if you've seen mountain lions like you've seen deer, there'd be no deer. It's as simple as that. I don't know what the numbers are, but there's probably supposed to be like one mountain lion for every 500 deer or something like that.
Well, and they eat one a day.
Yeah, that's right. And they're a sneaky creature.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to see them. They're not like that.
Listen, you could go your whole life not seeing them and they could be around you all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a fact. If you live in the wilderness, if you live in Montana or you live in Colorado and you live in the woods, you might see one every few years.
Yeah.
You might.
Yeah,
you might see one every few years, and they are fucking everywhere.
Yeah, I'll see prints all the time, but I'll never see a cat. Like, I've actually never seen a cat in the wild except for the one that I hunted. And that's like that story I was telling you before. Like, it was eating a calf, but they typically kill a deer every single day.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of fucking deer.
The human brain allows us to manage things in a certain way, and it's like these biologists have put all this study and research into going, okay, you can hunt males in this area. So that's all I could hunt where I was. I could only shoot a male.
How do you know it's a male?
Well, that's when the dogs come in handy. So, like, I've never really wanted to hunt with dogs because I like to do all the hunting myself, but there's a special bond between the hunter and the dogs when you're hunting, that's for sure. And it was actually a really good experience. I really loved it, but a lot of people frown on using dogs. But the best way to determine the sex is the dogs will track it and the lion will take refuge in a tree, and then you can have a look at its genitals and make sure it's a male.
With binoculars.
Yeah. Or sometimes if they're low enough, you can tell with the human eye. So the first thing we established was, it was the lion that I wanted the lion that had killed that calf or was eating that calf alive. We ended up getting the rancher to come in, and he ended up putting the calf out of its misery. It couldn't be saved. And then we put the dogs back on that mountain lion track, and they chased him about 7 miles, and they ended up treeing him. We marched in and hiked into the tree and ended up determining that it was a male. And then I ended up shooting it. It was a really good death. It was quick. But if it was a female, we would have had to have left it where we were. Some states aren't like that, and counties aren't like that, where it can be male and female if the population is too high. What they're trying to do in that part of Colorado is just keep that mountain lion population healthy, and how they determine that was by shooting males only. That could change next year. They could have a rise in mountain lion, a decrease in the mule deer and other animals, so they might change that again, but we could only shoot a male. So
yeah, the problem in America, particularly in California, where they outlawed hunting with dogs, is that the perception of using a dog to go after an animal, the perception is that it's not fair. What people... this is going to be hard for some people, especially animal lovers, to understand, but that is the only effective way to hunt for mountain lions, because there's no way you're going to sneak up on them. You're just
that's right.
You're not going to see them.
That's when numbers start to bloom, and other animals like mule deer and stuff start to plummet, which I've heard a lot that's happening in California, is the mule deer population's just been decimated because there's no control on the mountain lions.
Exactly. Well, they do have control of the mountain lions, but only government employees kill the mountain lions.
Yeah.
They kill, ironically, the same amount of mountain lions they were killing when they were hunting them.
That is insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But instead of people paying money to do it and getting a
which
tag,
goes back into conservation,
and getting to eat the mountain lion, which I know, again, people are like, what are you talking about eating mountain lion? I'm telling you, folks, I haven't eaten one, but I'm telling you, and you said it, Brunella said it's one of the most delicious animals he's ever eaten. Yeah,
I wanted to bring you some, but it's actually illegal to bring it in to California.
Good thing we always abide by the law, Adam Greentree.
Exactly. And then...
one day I'll try it.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
So then I've cooked it up and I'm feeding it to Kim.
Yeah.
And I was cooking chicken as well, just in case her and the kids didn't like it. I had chicken on the grill as well. And I served the mountain lion first, and they were eating the mountain lion. And I'm like, what do you think of it? And she's like, oh, I've got the chicken. And I'm like, no, you don't. You've got the mountain lion. And it was delicious, dude. It's tender as. I felt like it was a taste between like chicken and pork or chicken and even venison. Like,
wow.
I found it right in the middle there. It's delicious. And I'm not saying everyone should go out and hunt a mountain lion because you can't do that.
Right.
But there's certain places that you can go and get a tag for the benefit of wildlife and go and hunt a mountain lion.
People just have a hard time with the idea that you are somehow or another helping to control the population by killing an animal that kills other animals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the
really
idea
weird.
They would rather let nature take its course, but
So even if like let's go to Africa now, even if the lion population way outweighed something and was running it to extinction, these people would want to sit back and just let that happen. And it's like humans have got a brain capacity that allows us to study and put research into an animal.
Yeah.
That's like actually what would be more healthier for the whole ecosystem would be if we come in and hunt these animals. And what we'll do is we'll charge people a certain tag fee to be able to do that. And we'll put that back into conservation, which will help this animal. And then there's just this beautiful, healthy ball that keeps turning.
yeah, for the people that know it, they respect it and they appreciate it. You know, people like Backcountry Hunters and Anglers and all these different organizations, Rocky Mountain Elk Federation, a lot of different organizations they have in the United States that really appreciate what they're doing to promote that idea here in America. But people that don't hunt and don't go into it took me years to kind of wrap my head around it and really truly understand it and become educated as to how it works and how wildlife biologists set these standards, and they do it based on healthy populations and how much time they spend doing surveys and analyzing the population, how important it is to these reports that hunters send in to wildlife organizations and the Department of Fish and Game. It's really interesting stuff.
And I'm not a blanket killer either, because I understand where those people are coming from as well. And
Yeah,
we
I do too,
we need a certain amount of that, because it could go the opposite way, where it's like, let's just go out and hunt everything. And it's not the case. If something's not in a good, healthy population, I'm not interested in hunting it at all myself.
Of course, yeah.
I want to see these animals stay here for forever. I want my kids to be able to see those animals in good, healthy population.